For Pathfinder's year-by-year graph, Jill and Carlos had a perfect investment plan. It ran through 15 years working, then 25 retired. But they also had a gripe. Carlos said, "The authorities keep telling us our investment selection should be based on some number they call risk. They say we should switch to a more conservative portfolio which they say has less of that risk. Why? What do they mean by risk?" "Don't do that," I answered. "That's textbook theory for ivory towers and the financial industry. Look for investments that offer best prospects for your dollar plan and goals." "What they call risk," I told them, "is a technical measure for the mere single year." I clicked for a Pathfinder graph projected on my wall. "You should look at years all right," I said, "but all the years of your plan and goals. That's what this Pathfinder graph does. It shows dollar value probabilities for your plan through all its years with your present portfolio." After some seconds, Carlos said, "I think I see what that graph says. For any year, we have 50-50 chances of being above or below that horizontal line." Before he could go on, I handed him the green marker and asked him to show us on the graph on the wall. "Take year 25, he said. "That year, the horizontal line is here." He marked the horizontal line with fat green. "For year 25, he said, we have 50% chance of higher, 50% of lower." Jill said, "For any year, chances are better than even. Our balance will be within the range of the thick vertical red line." For year 25, she marked that line green. "And," she continued, "chances are very, very good we will be within the range of the thin vertical red line." She marked that line in green. "For each year," Jill summarized, "this graph shows probabilities for our portfolio value. That's a lot of good information." "Well," Carlos replied, "in the later years, the spread of possibilities gets very wide. Maybe that's what the other guys meant by risk." "No," I said, "they mean something else to get you focused on your short-term fears." Then I added, "But your point about that spread in later years is important for you to see." "Pathfinder can help us read this graph," I told them. "Say that for year 25, you want to know what dollar balance you have 20% chance of beating." I clicked. "There it is," said Jill. 20% chance of having more than 2.3 million. Not bad. "Now," I announced, "here on the same graph is another view of prospects for your plan with your portfolio through all the years of your plan." I waited for them to comment. Jill said, "These look like examples of the path our investment value might follow year by year through the life of our plan." "As years go by," Carlos observed, "these examples spread out further and further apart, just as the probabilities showed. And it looks like a rough ride with some zigzags along the way." I asked, "In those zigzags, can you spot any big one-year drops?" "Yes," said Jill, "and marked them yellow. Here, and here, and here." "That is what the other guys mean by risk," I told them. "The number they call risk is a one-year measure, indicating bigger chances of bigger one-year ups and downs. They use it to get you to focus on your fear of one-year drops and choose your investment based on that short-sighted, short-term fear." "That's terrible advice," Jill exploded. "What we should focus on is our dollar results through the multi-year life of the plan. She grabbed the yellow marker, drew a circle and then a horizontal line. "Look," she shouted, "even after that biggest drop, on that path we still have $4 million. I'll take that drop any time if it leaves us with $4 million. Carlos asked me if I could go back to the year-by-year probabilities on the graph to compare their current portfolio with the one that the other guys said has less risk. I showed the probabilities for their current portfolio red and the other one blue. "Less risk my foot," Carlos exclaimed. "What their blue portfolio has less of is less possibility for higher results." I turn to the millions watching this video. For your plan and goals, or for each of your clients, these and other portfolios will compare differently. For informed selection of the best, I said, compare portfolios for your or your clients' plan and goals. Use all three portfolio Pathfinder graphs as shown in these 3 videos. First, zero in, then closer look, and then this one, year by year.